Shalom, welcome back to my Glory to Jah channel. So this topic is about the more we get distance from Yahweh. This is a video that I've been trying to do for like the past, I don't know, this is like the fourth time I'm doing this video. So hopefully this is going to go out right. So this video, like I said, is entitled Why We Get Distance from Yahweh. So the Lord put it in me, Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. That one says that I knew you before you were born. So if Yahweh knew you before you were born, that means he had that thought process in his mind and in his own spirit. I'm going to create this spirit out of me and put this in a body, right? So he puts it in the embryo. So that thought process is the closest you are to Yahweh, is that thought process. From that thought process on, I would say, from that on, maybe to the age 11, I want to say. Maybe like age 9 or 11, but I'm going to go ahead and say 11. That's when you're closest, that's when you're close. I wouldn't say closest, because as you get older, you kind of distance, you become more apart. It's like you come more apart from him. But what I mean by that is you're still pure, right? You're still pure at that age, around that age group. You're still pure. You don't know too much about sin. You're actually afraid of sin at that point, because Yahweh's with you. So you're afraid to do sin. You listen to your parents. Anything they tell them to do, you do for the most part. And it's not till from the age, I would say 12 all the way up, that's when you learn more about the world. That's when you start making worldly friends. That's when you want to be more independent and do your own thing. You don't want to listen to your parents anymore. And so you end up falling into sin. You instead of listening to your parents and what's right or wrong, you start listening to your friends. And your friends more than likely are of this world. James chapter 4 verse 4 says, this war is the enemy of God. And of course you start to do pleasure. You start to be introduced to pleasure, sinful pleasures, like sexual immorality, drug use, all these evil things, right? Because one thing about sin, right? When you do sin, it actually feels good to do sin. That's why I'll say sinful pleasure. It feels good. And then you realize, hey, that wasn't so bad, right? Nothing happened to me. That wasn't so bad. I'm going to do it again. And nothing happens. But keep in mind, the devil attacks you now so he can affect your life in the future. That's why it says in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6, you want to train your child right. You want to train your child right when they're young so they don't depart from it. So, you know, taking them to church, teaching them the Bible and stuff like that, that's all good. They may not be interested at the moment, but the whole idea is you're planting the seed. You're planting the seed in their heads. So when they get older, maybe someday they can start nourishing that seed. So that seed never leaves. You just reject it. That seed never leaves. You just reject it. So maybe in the future, you can start nourishing that seed and you can start building your spirit as opposed to building your flesh. Also, sometimes Yahweh calls people, you know, at a certain age. More than likely, when he calls, now I can't speak for everyone, but I can say, sometimes, I'll say sometimes when he calls you, it's because maybe you're getting closer to death and he wants you to be saved, he wants you to come closer to him so you can be of him again. Because remember, we're all here on this earth to learn. So that process is well, I'll get back to that later. So yeah, raise a child when they're young so they don't depart. So even though the seed's there, they can, you know, build that seed later and get closer, you know, like the seed's right here, the seed's planted here, they drift apart from it, then maybe I should stop doing what I'm doing. I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired of living a life of sin. Or maybe Yahweh calls them and they start to get closer to the Most High, you know. Romans chapter 3 verse 23, all fall short to the glory of God. And then John chapter 3 verse 3, you have to be born again to enter his kingdom. So also, what is being born again? It's becoming childlike, like it says in Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. You have to be childlike to enter his kingdom. And so that's how it's all connected. You know, all fall short to the glory of God. But he does it for a reason. He does it, it's all a learning process. It's all a learning process. so we can return back to Him with more knowledge, because everyone's life experience is different. Every single one of us, our life experience is different. Some of us is similar, but because everyone's different, we have different perspectives, different mindsets, and how we view this life. And that's what's crazy. I know I'm jumping off of topics here, but that's what's crazy is because, okay, we all see the same thing. We all feel the same thing. We all hear the same thing, you know? I can't say we all taste, but that's where taste is kind of different, because what someone might taste something like it, another person may taste and not like it. But yeah, we all see the same, we all hear the same, we all feel the same. Yet for some reason, we're all different. That's the crazy thing about it. You know, it's all about our perspective, how we view the world. How we view the world. Everyone views the world differently, so everyone's life experience is different. You know, that's something I learned. I used to think that everyone is the same, but no one's the same. Everyone's different. So, anyway, yeah. So, quick rundown. The older we get, the more distance we get from Yahweh, mostly due to sin. And then once He calls us, and once we are born again, and once we accept Him back into our lives, we get closer to Him by building our spirit rather than building our flesh. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and thanks for watching.